what part of Ireland are you in?
Cork City, famous, the real capital.
Oh,
We joke about that here because people don't. Dublin is the main capital, obviously, but no, down in Cork, we think that we are the real capital.
I think that's where my ancestors are from. I took one of those
Really?
DNA tests. Yeah, and I'm like,
Oh,
I'm half Irish, but
oh, cool. I think
that
everybody
wasn't.
has a bit of Irish in them.
I think so.
You know, no matter where you go, everyone says, "Oh, I think my great 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 grandmother was Irish," or so.
Well, I guess my step grandma, she's straight from Ireland. I think she might be from around there. I don't know. She's
Yeah.
probably gonna like. She's either gonna be like, "Oh, you remembered," or she's gonna be like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Yeah.
But I always think it's interesting that even English accents, like people from England, people from
Mhm.
Ireland, they know like exactly where that person is from.
Yeah.
from
Well,
their-
I in Ireland especially because like there's 32 different counties and you can tell by the accent straight away where somebody's from. So for such a small country, there's such a variety of accents.
yeah, it's crazy.
Yes.
Like they're like, someone's from like the Northeast, if someone's Southern,
Yeah.
but like I feel like the people from the South can tell the different Southern accents, but for the
Oh
most
yeah, yeah.
you're like, oh, you're Southern. You know? That's pretty cool. So and you're drinking beer, super Irish.
Yeah.
I
My
was
own
like, I need
actually.
some water, but I was like, let me get my my
Oh, harp. Oh, cool.
beer.
You know, harp was actually Scottish lager.
Really?
Yeah,
I'm
brewed in
Scottish.
Scotland.
It says Burn Ireland right on the cup though.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm. I
Huh.
always thought it was Scottish.
Isn't the harp
Well, yeah, the
the
harp is the symbol of Ireland. Yeah, yeah. It's actually the only country that has a musical symbol as its kind of like as its what do we
like
know as
logo
its icon. Like
mascot
yeah,
icon? There we go.
yeah. Brain fart.
Well, so hey guys, welcome to Chef Grace's place. So today we have Cooking with Doc, Darren O'Connor, just in time for St. Patrick's Day. So Darren has a YouTube channel. I gotta say, your channel is one of the channels that like I would periodically like it would come up on my feed and I'd watch it and I'd be like, okay, like the first one I was like, this guy's really funny, but like you need better lighting, you need that kind of stuff. And then but from when you started to where you are now, I feel like you just keep progressing. You can keep getting better and better. So it's really nice to see
Oh,
someone
thank
who
you.
actually like, doing good and improving and
Yeah.
stuff.
Well, see that like when I first started, I was on Facebook, so I had like just point and shoot, and just my hands on the screen with music and captions, and then I always thought like because I was always too afraid to go on the camera because people would see me and what would they think, da, 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 da. So I just said, look, one day I said, let's just do it. Let's do one test video and we'll see. And from that, then I just bit the bug and I just got to do more and more and more and more. Like, and always learning in the group as well as, I think it's one of the best groups on Facebook, the YouTube cooking creators. Fantastic. There's a lot of good people there with a lot of helpful advice. Like, and, I'm always nitpicking at people. I'm always trying to get information off people because it may be something small, but if it improves the video quality or what's on the video, I'm all for it.
I really like that group because I feel like the other groups, it's just kind of like people dropping their links.
Exactly. They just kind of want to promote themselves. Whereas like, any little bit of help that I can give somebody or somebody can give me, very appreciated. Or like, we're all in together. We're all in it for the same thing. Like we all have obviously a passion for it. Like we love doing what we're doing. So why not help people out?
So why did you start making cooking videos? And do you have any experience, like
None.
formal experience or training?
Well, I'm a chef by trade. Like I went to college. I got my certificates and I've worked in restaurants and hotels. And I've always, from being when I was a young kid, I've always watched TV shows, cookery shows, and saying, "Oh, I'd love to have my own show." Obviously, you have to be very, very, very talented and all this kind of stuff. And then I thought, you know what, YouTube, why not do it? Like, because people are always saying that, like, you know, I'm funny when I'm cooking. Like, if I'm doing demonstrations, but people are always saying, like, you know, "Geez, we really enjoy that. Makes us want to know more." And I've always wanted to put into place. And I said, best place, let's try YouTube. Let's try it. And I done it. And I suppose I like sharing recipes, but it's more, I think it's more of the experience and knowledge. You know, like people put up recipe videos, they put up videos for how to cook this, how to cook that. And that's fine. But I kind of want to bring my own spin on it, my own side, by bringing a bit of comedy, bringing a bit of knowledge that I've gathered throughout the years in restaurants and in cookery schools and things like that. So
So
that's mainly,
what kind of cooking did you do? What kind of what's
well,
your
like
experience? Did you
in college it was basically everything, like all around the world. We done French, the Mediterranean cuisine, Asian, African as well. So I was
cool.
like, it's all over the place. In my own kind of my own chefing background, I suppose, bits of everything. Again, Asian, your Asian cuisine, Mediterranean.
What kind of restaurants were you working in?
Oh, they would have been just kind of everyday run of the mill restaurants. It was nothing Michelin star rated about them. Like, you know, we just got by. It was,
Well,
I
some
think it
people
was
don't
very,
realize, like, um, Michelin star, obviously it's hard, but there's all different types of stresses in the kitchen. Like one of the hardest shifts to work is like a brunch shift or just like a high volume, get the shit out.
mhm,
Exactly the same every single time shift. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
exactly. You know,
So you
like,
said run of the mill, like,
yeah.
that
Well, like,
mill,
I mean, I
mill is
suppose,
running.
yeah, I suppose what it was like, it wasn't high class dining. It wasn't precision on the plate, and it was, I suppose, it was a restaurant, you know, and the food, I want to say the quality wasn't good. The quality was good. It's just, you know, it wouldn't have been Michelin standard where you have to put a 6 centimeter piece of meat in a certain position on a plate every single night, you know. It wasn't judged on those standards.
Yeah, but sometimes, even the simple food is got less ingredients in it.
Ah, yeah.
So you see it more when you fuck it up.
Yeah. Like there is one restaurant here in Cork City, Green's Restaurant, and that is on the cusp of Michelin star. Like we ate in there last year, myself and my wife, and my God, everything was perfect. I mean, you couldn't fault anything. And we had like the tasting menu, so we had like 9 or 10 different courses, but they were very small courses, but my God, it was delicious. You know, and I love eating that kind of food. I know myself personally, if I was to work to do that, I think I I wouldn't have, I think, the patience or the skill to cook like that.
I
It's
think
just
it's easier than, I mean, I used to work in those kinds of places. So it was just, a lot of it was just repetition, just like, I feel like
mhm,
if I went back in there, I would be rusty and it would take a while to like get to that point. But
yeah,
it's, it's the same thing, only different, if that makes sense.
yeah. No, I mean, like as I said, I've known and I've worked with chefs that have worked in those kind of restaurants, and they say the same, that it's very, you know, it's mundane and that everything has to be done the same way all the time. And there's no kind of flexibility. Like you have to do it this way and that's it, you know?
Yeah.
And as I said, like it's good for your CV, it's good for your knowledge and your experience. But they say, by God, it takes it out of you, like working in those kind of restaurants.
Takes a toll on you.
Mm.
So do you still work in a restaurant right now?
At the moment, no, because we're still in lockdown.
Yeah.
But I was working before Christmas in a little bar up the road for me. They do basic kind of food. But at the moment, Ireland is, I don't know, with this coronavirus, it's just nobody knows where they're going, what they're doing, or what's going to be done when things do open back up. Like restaurants, when they first initially open up, it was only restaurants that serve food and like that were bars. But if you serve food, so what expensive menus that they had, they totally condensed them down to like 4 or 5 items, because you have to spend €9 on a meal in order to get a beer now in Ireland.
Wow.
So yeah, so like a lot of people weren't going out for food; they were just using the food to go out and get a couple of beers, and they didn't want to go out and have meals. So a lot of menus in a lot of places now have reduced down, and they're kind of bar food, bar snacks like cheese toasties, ham and cheese toasties with chips.
For all the Americans, a
Exactly.
toasty is,
But I
is
like, there's nothing wrong with that kind of stuff. That is my kind of food. Like I like the greasy foods.
and chips or fries, guys. That's just a little translation over here.
Oh yes, yeah, fries, yeah, chips. Yeah, because chips over there are like what we call crisps here.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
a toasty is like we would call that like a grilled cheese sandwich
yeah,
or something.
very,
So,
very, yeah.
but I like the toasty. I like that. That's
Yeah,
better.
toasties specials. That's what they usually are: ham, cheese, tomato. Simple. But as I said, people that were that going back to the point. Like, I mean, will I work in a restaurant again? Of course I will, because it's my profession. But I was looking at kind of doing my own kind of foods takeaway, like deliver from my house, like ready meals. Before the lockdown. But as I said, since that, nobody knows what's going to be allowed in the next 1-2 years.
What is the like in America? We have this thing called cottage law. So there's certain things that you can cook in your home kitchen and then sell,
Yeah.
but it's very limited because they want to make sure, they're basically picturing like a horror show in somebody's house. And then they're saying, like for us, like I've been through the sanitation training, like I know how to, regulate temperatures and keep everything clean and sanitary. But they have to formulate the laws. So it's for somebody who's like, oh, this is so good.
Exactly.
This is cookie dough. So everything is pretty much like, things that are baked and at high temperatures where it kills all the germs.
Yeah. No, it's similar to here as well. Like we have like our own food safety authority here that they have to come inspect premises first, and they have to give it the okay before you do anything. And like that, certain criteria have to be met. So you can't cook in a kitchen that has a washing machine, a dryer. If any of those kind of stuff are in the kitchen, you can't serve food. So like it has to be kind of a separate area that has hand washing facilities, sanitization,
It's
all those
interesting
kind of
that
stuff.
I always forget, like in Europe and stuff, they actually have the washer and dryer in the kitchen.
Yeah, it's unusual. Usually it's like there's a room outside that you can put them in, but not a lot of houses in Ireland are that big, so it's usually in the kitchen.
Yeah,
So
that's pretty cool. I saw one when we were visiting my cousins in Scotland. That it was the washer and the dryer in one, and like
oh really?
have that
Like a 2-in-1.
Yeah, it would like wash it, it would drain everything, and then it would start drying it.
Oh,
And I was like, that's smart.
yeah. Why didn't I think of doing something like that?
Because I thought at first it was under the counter too, so I thought it was the dishwasher, and I opened it. I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
The washes, dries, and irons. My God.
Yeah. If they could figure out how to you could put your dishes in it too, like.
Yeah, exactly. It's pretty cool.
So how did you come up with your name? Did people just call you Doc instead of Darren?
Yeah, because my initial is DOC, Darren O'Connor. So a lot of my friends just call me Doc, and it just stuck with that. I was again thinking of trying to come up with a catchy name. You know, would I do this, that, the other? And I said, look, it's just cooking with Doc. It's very, very simple. I didn't want to overcomplicate it. You know, I just used my initials and cooking with Doc.
Cooking with Doc. I thought it was a health food channel at first.
Yeah, but you know what? Actually, if you look up YouTube, initially Cooking with Doc, there actually is like a doctor chef. He's actually has his over, I don't know how many subscribers, but he actually is doing really well, and he does all like nutritious recipes and you know how to cook well, healthy, and no, again he doesn't use any butter or heavy oils or anything like that. It's all steamed and da da da. But yeah, it's pretty.
So it tastes like crap.
Exactly. Yeah, you know, water. Yeah, your food tastes like water, basically.
So what's the next video coming up? You have a St. Patrick's Day video?
Yeah, well, I took a break for a while there before Christmas because health reasons. I just needed to kind of put that in the back burner for a while.
Did you get
I got out two. What's that?
Did you get the corona?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Thank God. It was just some stomach issues, digestive issues, and things like that. But yeah, I done a couple in the new year. But again, like life at the moment is a bit hectic with everything that's going on. Don't have much time to be, you know, because it takes a lot, as you know, like to get set up what ingredients, what you're going to say, how you're going to say it, how you're going to edit it. So I just kind of took a break, and I'm still learning. I'm still reading up. I'm still keeping tabs on the group. I'm still, you know, coming up with recipes that I am going to do, but nothing for Patrick's Day, surprisingly. But if anybody's watching this and they want to see some inspired recipes, I do have a Guinness and Irish stew video, and I do have a how to make the best roast potato video as well.
The best roast potato?
Yes, the crispiest and the best roast potatoes.
Okay. Crispy on the outside, fluffy on the inside?
Oh, you know it. You know it.
So what are some misconceptions that you think Americans have about Irish people and Irish culture?
That every single one of us is ginger. I suppose no, I have a ginger beard, but my hair is brown. But no, I think that's that one. I think there's that everybody I think knows a leprechaun, or that there's, you know, I've heard people say, yeah, surely there's leprechauns in the mountains. No.
But do you have a that's the question.
Do you have what?
Do you have a shillelagh?
A shillelagh? No, none of that either. I said, what else? Let me try to think. We all are not alcoholics. Let's put it that way. Everybody thinks Irish, yeah.
As the ginger Irishman drinks his beer.
As he takes a sip of his beer. No, but yeah, I suppose that's it. You know.
So, what are some Irish dishes that I feel like people don't know that they're Irish, or they're
yeah. See,
gotta
people always ask that, like, what's traditional Irish? What's a tradition? There really isn't anything. I suppose, like, there's kind of, you could say the Irish stew, but like everybody knows how to make this stew. What makes it Irish is, I don't know, we just call it Irish stew.
Irish person.
Yeah. I suppose bacon and cabbage is one that always stands out.
Bacon and cabbage.
Yeah.
Is it like bacon like I would think of bacon, or is it more like a Canadian bacon?
Yeah,
like,
no, it's usually a ham. So we call it bacon and cabbage, but it's usually just ham. So it's just a boiled bit of ham, and then from that water we cook the cabbage. make some mashed potatoes, some parsley sauce, and that's pretty much it. Like
Parsley? What
Irish
is
cookery,
parsley sauce? Is that
Irish
Irish?
cookery, I suppose, has kind of gone from, you know, just boiling everything in a pot. That's like years and years tradition. Like
Yeah.
chicken, boil it in a pot. Beef, boil it in a pot. Like everything was boiled, everything. And like if you want any potatoes, veg, everything in the one pot, boiled and then served. But we've come a
I
long
mean,
way since them days, though, like to be fair.
my step grandma, as I was saying, she didn't come over to Ireland. I mean, from Ireland to America until she was older,
Mhm.
and her relatives in America sent them back corn on the cob, and
Mhm.
they've never had it before. So they were trying to boil it, and they kept sticking a fork in it to see if it was tender in the middle, to see if it was done.
See, oh, because they wanted to eat the whole thing.
And they're like, "What is this? Like, it must be bad." And
Yeah. Yeah, as I said, we've come a long way since then. I think actually, you know, Irish cookery in general, like I mean, it's after taking a lot of influence from outside. So it's not like the culinary scene here at Cork at the moment is very it's very mixed. Like you have restaurants that will serve anything from, as I said, a toasty to bloody, Asian, like they do everything. Like I mean, it's not just the one kind of place does the same as the next place. There's influences from all around the world, and especially with Ireland now being so kind of multicultural as well. There's influences coming from there also that people are seeing, and they're catering to their kind of cuisines as well, and those their tastes. So it's very much a mixed, I suppose, mixed cuisine is Ireland at the moment.
well, one of the things I notice now is the techniques are from in like all the cuisines are taken from everywhere,
Mhm.
but people are defining their cuisine by the ingredients that grow
Yeah.
in their area. So what are some, like I'm sure there's cheese. There's one of the things
Oh,
that
yeah.
blew me away was when I haven't been to Ireland yet, but just, England and Scotland, was the quality of the dairy was so beyond. And of course, Irish butter is super
Yeah.
famous.
That's like it's special, like because there's so much like rain here, so many green fields that like that's where the good quality produce comes from, I suppose. Um, but as you're saying there about the dairy and the butter, like everybody that comes to Ireland when they have the butter, they're always trying to go when they go back to either America or UK, they'll always try to find Irish butter because they say it's like it's just something that should be savored. Well, I
I'm
think we take it for
that's
granted here because, like, if you go on holidays to any different countries, you try their butter or their spreads, they're not as good. You just always, and Irish people, we love our butter. We love our butter. So I suppose, yeah, I mean, like butter cheeses as well. There's a lot of like good cheese makers. There's actually there's one in the city centre at the moment, and it does its own Parmesan cheese. Like you go in and there's racks and racks, and like 10, 15 years ago, people in Ireland wouldn't even know what Parmesan was. They probably thought it was a place you go on holidays or, you know. So, we're always learning, and I think with new foods, as I said, coming in, like people are starting to, taste more and try more and be a bit more expressive, not eat the usual same things all the time.
what is there anything specifically from Cork that does Cork come?
Um, I wouldn't say there's well, there isn't anything specifically grown or made in Cork. I suppose the closest thing we would have to that would be uh tripe and drasheen, it's called.
I know what tripe is. What's
Yeah,
machine?
trust me, it's not good. It smells your house for about 2 months. Like once you cook it, it gets everywhere, every corner, and my God, the smell, it's not nice. As I said, it's an old traditional dish. Um,
What's regine?
Drasheen it's like a it's like pudding, black pudding.
Oh,
Yeah, but instead of using pig's blood, it's the sheep's blood.
okay.
It's not nice. It's just it's similar to a as I said, a black pudding or kind of a sausage, in that it's all the ingredients, but it's vile. It's disgusting. I wouldn't recommend it. But that would be about the only native thing I'd say that would be technically claimed that is from Cork.
Yeah, it doesn't sound great.
Yeah.
Is there a way you can think of to make it good?
No. No, I wouldn't think so. You could put lots and lots of butter, I suppose, but no, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't give it to my worst enemy. I wouldn't. Like, it's atrocious.
Atrocious. Oh my god. Yeah, that sounds gross. Sounds like haggis, kind of.
Haggis, yeah. Well, I have had haggis before, and that's, people slayed it. I mean, it's bad, but it's not as bad as what people make it out to be. But this tripe and drisheen is bad.
Yeah. I remember I had just like the texture of tripe is like intestines for people that are listening that don't know what it is.
Exactly.
And intestines have like a weird, like chewy, gelatinous texture that if you're not used to it, your brain just can't handle it. It doesn't really have a strong taste. It smells worse than it tastes, I think. But it's just the texture is so off-putting to me. But
it's indescribable. Like, unless you eat it and you try it, like, you can't describe the texture, how it is. It's just, I don't know. I wouldn't, as I said, recommend anybody. So anybody that is watching and wants to try it, don't. For your own safety.
People not to try it, you're gonna get a lot of people that are gonna try it.
No. There's a show here actually called I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. It's basically where, like, a lot of celebrities go into a jungle and then they survive eating all these weird kind of stuff. And I'm very shocked that tripe hasn't been one of the items that they eat, because it's so disgusting. Like, they eat like all like fermented duck eggs and all this kind of stuff. So, I'm surprised that tripe wasn't included in one of those challenges.
I did the duck. I don't know if it was fermented, but it was the Filipino one with the little fetus in it.
Oh, you tried one, yeah?
Yeah, it was actually before. It was like when social media was just getting started. I should have filmed that, But it was a friend of mine's birthday in high school, and basically, like, I don't know if they were just like fucking with us, but they're like, if we don't get people like to do it, like, it'll bring like shame upon our family. Like, the grandma was there. It was like, why aren't people doing this? And we're like, all right, we'll do it. And it tasted like chicken noodle soup. Like, it was fine. It was like a boiled egg. But it didn't taste bad. But unfortunately, when I went to like drink the soup out of it, because you crack it to like suck it out, the fetus like went head first, and I felt like the little baby eyeball pop out, and I started gagging because I knew what it was. If I didn't know what it was, it would have been fine. But I just were like, all right, I'm gonna like finish this, and I like had to take the fetus and just like swallow it. Like, it was disgusting because I knew what it was, but it didn't taste gross.
Yeah.
And then it just tasted like it. The rest of it was just an egg,
Yeah. I wouldn't. I never tried that, but just the thought of it alone, I'm just like, I don't know how I would react, especially the way you were describing it going on there. I was kind of almost gagging already. So I don't think I do well with those kind of foods. Like,
gross, but it's okay. I think I'm like a firm believer, like, you should try it if it's not going to kill you, because I have a terrible shellfish allergy and I miss out on so many things.
Yeah.
And the people that are just like, oh, it looks gross, I'm like, just try it, because you can.
Exactly. No, I suppose I would always try something once. Anyway, like I wouldn't unless it's very, 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 smelly or something that's very not very awful. I would try something usually once anyway.
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, I suppose.
Yeah. So what's the weirdest thing you've ever eaten?
Chicken hearts.
Chicken hearts or heads?
Hearts, yeah. Hearts. Again, like my wife is Brazilian, so like she introduces me to a lot of other things, and I'm kind of like, let's try that. I tried it the first time it was made, and it was just not nice. It was, I don't know, there was something about it, the flavor, it was just not good. But she swears like it's delicious barbecue over charcoal, just sear it and get the flavor. And I was like, yeah, look, we'll try it sometime. So we were actually up in Dublin before Christmas, and there's a Brazilian barbecue restaurant up there, and basically kind of like an all you can eat. So you pay 40, 45 euro, and they just keep coming to your food with more and more, or coming to your table with more and more food, and they cut the meats. And next they came out with chicken hearts, and I was like, God, not again. So I said, look, okay, let me try it. It was actually very nice because it was again, it was over the charcoal, so it had such a charcoal barbecue flavor off it. It didn't even taste like chicken hearts, whereas the last one I had, it was kind of boiled and it was grainy and just, it wasn't very appetizing. But the barbecue chicken hearts, I suppose that's probably one of the most unusual things that I've had.
I actually had chicken hearts in I think it was a Japanese restaurant, but it was definitely roasted. I don't know if it was barbecued, and they didn't tell me what it was before I ate it, and I loved it. I was like, "Oh, give me more!" And they're like, "You know what that is?" I was like, "No."
I think that's worse when somebody tells you what it is beforehand. If someone didn't say anything, just said, "Try this," okay, and then I think it's when they tell you what it is, then in your mind you're going, "Oh my God, I can't believe I'm eating this, or I'm going to eat this." Whereas if you didn't know,
I can see how it would be terrible if it was boiled. Like that doesn't sound good at all.
Yeah, like because when I originally, like, there's a place in town called the English Market. It's actually very unique to Cork. They sell like loads of different meats and fruits and vegetables and all that kind of stuff. But when I went in there to get them originally, I said, "Do you sell chicken hearts?" And he said, "Yeah, we do. Yeah." He said, "Do you mind me asking what it's for?" He said, "Is it for your cat or your dog?" And I said, "No." I said, "It's actually for my wife." He was like, "What?" Because he has so many people coming in looking for them because they give him as cat and dog food. That's what he said at first. So he was kind of surprised that humans eat chicken hearts. And he was like, "How would you cook them?" And I said, like, I said, just over a charcoal fire, I said, or on a gas barbecue or under a grill. I said, "But you have to get it kind of charred on the outside, so that's what gets flavor." He was like, "Oh, okay. Best of luck with that anyway." Because he was, as he said, he used to sell them for cats and dogs. So.
That's the worst meat. Maybe you should do a video on that.
Yeah, actually. Do you know, I was actually going to maybe do a couple of Brazilian videos as well, because like a lot of our family would watch my videos and they're always saying, "Oh, get him to try this," or "Get him to try like a brigadeiro or feijoada," or stuff like that. So I think I may introduce that. In fact, I was thinking like of maybe introducing like an international series where I wouldn't visit a country, but I would take a country and cook 3 or 4 traditional dishes as a kind of a challenge, to see if I could do it, see if I could get the flavors and all that. Like, it wouldn't be my own recipes; it would be me kind of challenging myself, I suppose.
You'd have to have a judge though. I mean, with the Brazilian stuff, you got your wife right there.
Yeah. Well, I suppose, yeah, like my wife, yeah, she could do Brazilian. She has a Spanish and Italian friends as well, so can invite them over and let them be the judges. Well, when restrictions are lifted, of course, because we're still in lockdown again, so we can't do much here at the moment. We're just kind of 5 kilometer radius is all we're allowed to go outside.
How are you guys paying your bills?
That's it. The government is supporting us at the moment, and it's not a lot. But the fear is that when the country does open back up, that most of the jobs won't be available because, like a lot of bars, pubs and restaurants, well, not so much restaurants, pubs and bars here have been closed since almost over a year. They haven't opened up since they first locked down back in March. So the fear is that a lot of those places probably won't open back up because they just can't afford it. They're out of money or.
Yeah. And I also think a lot of, under the guise of, coronavirus, they're realizing they don't need a lot of people. They have technology that'll do it for them. So why go back and spend the money? And
that's the other side of it. Like, I mean, you can, I suppose you can,
Nova.
They're trying to probably cut costs as well. And they're just saying, look, why do we have to employ this person when, as you said, we can get like a machine or get something else done, that's going to take less time and save us a lot more money. And so, it's a weird, I think it's just a weird time that everybody's in at the moment. As I said, like not everybody knows what the future holds. It's very, we're getting a lot of mixed messages from the government. They're saying, oh, we're okay, we're going to go here, but then they're going back on their word. And people are struggling, like businesses are struggling big time as well. So,
Yeah, same boat.
Yeah, exactly.
Except Florida, you could kind of do whatever you want, but it's not. It's a weird place, Florida.
Yeah. I always imagine Florida being like this sunny paradise, long goals, sandy beaches, barbecues, all that kind of.
I mean, it has those things, but unless you have money, you can't enjoy those things because you're working for the people
that's true.
can enjoy them. It's like if you want to see a very good example of like the wealth income gap, like Florida.
Really?
Like, it's
like night and day, like, is it?
Yeah, because the main industry is tourism, really. You're selling sunshine over here.
Yeah.
And so you have the people that work in the industry, and then you have the people that have enough money where they retired, they made their money somewhere else, and they can enjoy it, or the people that are visiting. So when COVID shut everything down, like shut everything. So there's not, they don't make anything here. They don't, there's some agricultural jobs like more north, but like, I'm close to Miami. So it's all tourism. It's all bars and clubs and stuff like that. So it's like,
I suppose if the people aren't coming, these places aren't open. Like, so,
yeah, not just, and it's largely dependent on, people coming from other states. So if those states are locked down, there was a big thing because the governor was trying to, they have people they call the snowbirds, where they, like in the winter, they come to Florida. They have their second house or whatever.
Yeah.
And like I think for tax reasons, most of them are like, they say that they primarily live in Florida because they don't have to pay taxes that way, like that kind of shit.
Okay.
So basically he was offering people that don't actually live here like vaccines just to come down and spend their money. So, yeah. Jeez. Instead of the people that actually live and work here. So it's basically, if you have money, then you live well, you get fine, you get whatever the fuck you want. And if you're poor, good luck.
Similar here, I suppose. Like, I mean, it's similar with Ireland. Like, I mean, you have the really wealthy and you have like kind of the really poor. There's no kind of well, I suppose there is a kind of middle ground, but again, if you're wealthy, you get away with everything. If you're poor, you get away with nothing. And you're not given anything either. Like, and
that's just very small. Like, it's not like it used to be. There's very small middle class. So it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. Gotta make that YouTube money.
Yeah, exactly. I have to get monetized first.
Yeah.
That's the
So
biggest
we got
struggle.
325 more people to go. Oh my
But that's
god.
like it. I mean, like a lot of it, like for me when I started, I suppose originally was just kind of to kill time, just to have something out there and just to do something because it was getting kind of monotonous and boring here doing the same thing every single day, not a logo here, there, or whatever. So I suppose I kind of started out of boredom as well. But the more, as I said, the more I learned, the more interested I got in it. And like I haven't like I was all self-taught. Like I didn't know really how to video or what lighting, what's to use, what not to use. And I just again like I was just kind of learning as I go and I didn't have a clue about video editing. I didn't understand what to do anywhere. And I just found this kind of very easy to use program. Um and I'm just always kind of like looking to do little bits extra just to see what can be done. I don't want to just do the same video all the time. I always want to try bring something else to make it a little bit unique and for me to learn more as well, I suppose.
So what program have you been using?
It's called Movavi. It's
I've
I
heard
think
of that.
it's it's a Greek company actually. It's Greek or Cyprus or something they started. But it's very basic. It'd be similar to like Filmora, Wondershare. Did you hear that?
No.
No, it's very basic anyway. As I said, it's basically you just put like the blocks in and yourself with editing,
Mhm.
but it's not very complicated. It's simple to use. It's not hard on the computer either. Like you don't need like a very fast computer to work with it. It's very as I said, it's something I needed to use at the start because I didn't have a clue about a video editing. I didn't know there was so much work involved in doing a YouTube video. People think that you just take a video and then just put it up. But I'm saying like no, like there's a lot of planning needs to go in as well. Like and you're thinking about recipes 2 or 3 days, 2 or 3 weeks even beforehand, thinking of how I'm going to do it, how I'm going to do the shot, which is the best money shot for this one, which is the best one for here, so like it's not just something that you can just film and put up and that's it. You can do that, I suppose, but you won't get much interaction, much
Also, the
subscribers.
you know the shorts are really what's getting pushed now, and I feel
Yeah, I have
I
a
feel
thing
like
about the shorts though. I mean, I know that they're helping people like get lots of subscribers and things like that, but I can't buy into this whole shorts TikTok kind of craze. I can't. It's like it's not. It doesn't do anything for me. Like you're watching a video of like 12, 30 seconds, and you're not getting anything. You're not getting any like information. You're not getting any education. You're not learning something. You're just basically just watching something because it's in front of you. And I kind of struggle with I suppose with getting onto that trend because it's something that it eventually it is going to take over. Like I think 10 years time, like YouTube is going to be all short. It's going to be just short, snappy, because people's attention spans are getting shorter and shorter. They don't want to go on and watch 15, 20-minute videos, but at the same time, it's what I want to watch. Like when I watch someone cook, I don't want to see 30 seconds and then go, what is it like, I want to learn, I want to be educated, I want to get some knowledge about it, like, I don't know if it's the same with you or not, but like, I just find TikTok and all these kind of things, like, they're not for me.
I find I get literal anxiety when I watch TikTok. Like when it's like I remember I was talking to my neighbor and she had like the TikTok on her phone was like going and I had to ask her to turn it off because it was so distracting, but it also was like it was like moving so fast that I
Yeah.
was like, yo, stop it. Like I needed to stop.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, so but as someone that is a like I can't consume it, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it really bothers me. But right now I'm making shorts because that's what's getting pushed to view, because I can make all the 20-minute videos that are great and have great information, but if YouTube makes it so no one sees them, then it's like, did it happen? You know what I mean? It's like
Exactly.
balls in the forest doesn't
I
make a
suppose
sound.
that is the other side of it. Like, I mean, you know, if it does work, I suppose it's going to be something that I probably have to come around to doing in the future. But it's just something that I just find I
Feel
if it
like,
ever came,
can I sell my soul a little bit in order to then be able to actually get people's attention and suck them in to the 20-minute video where they can actually learn something? That's
well, there's actually like there's a chef I've subscribed to at the moment. I don't know if you've heard of him, Chef Jean Pierre. He's American anyway. He's originally French, obviously, with the name Jean Pierre.
Yeah.
But he's been in America for like 30, 40 years. And he does videos, but his videos are like 25, 30 minutes. And he has he's like, I don't know, a lot of subscribers. Like, and like he put up a video on a Tuesday and he could have over 10,000 views by, you know, the next day or whatever. Like, so he's kind of, I know, of the older generation, like, and he hates TikTok as well. Like, he's like, look, if you want to go watch somebody put this recipe in 30 seconds, go watch TikTok. But he does it like step by step by step by step, almost like you're in the same room as him cooking. No, he has a fantastic setup. Like, he has cameras everywhere. I'm pretty sure like there's a production crew with him, but like it's actually like being in there, sitting in there watching him cook.
That's great.
I think it's fascinating. Like, it's the way he does it.
But at the same time, I want to get to the level where I can get paid for it.
Exactly. You know. No, I've had offers. I had 2 offers actually for one of my videos. One of them was just to get the use of it on Facebook to put up on their site, and they said like, oh, you get lots of traffic and you get loads of likes on your Facebook page. So I said, look, being young and like new to the world, I said, use it away. I said, there's no problem. No, I got about 5 subscribers on YouTube and about probably 15 more likes. And I was saying, maybe it wasn't worth it overall, because they were the ones that made all the money.
Yeah.
I got another approach just before Christmas for the roast potato video for another company in the UK. They wanted to purchase it. And I said, okay, but I said, what's involved? And they said, well, basically it's us just getting the use of your footage. So we download it, we'll edit it whichever way we want it, and we'll try push it onto the sites. Like, we'll try push it onto like the Lad Bible and all those kind of sites and see if they purchase it. And if they do, you'll get 50%. And I was thinking, whoa, that's kind of cool. Until I asked about the details of how much do they actually sell videos for. And as they said, usually it's between 25 and 50 pounds. So I said, like, if you sell my video to them for 25, I'll get half. And they said, yeah, or if I sell for 50, I'll get 25. But I said, like, what else is going to be involved in that? And they literally just said, well, you just get the sell-on fees. I said, is there anything about ad revenue? Oh, no. So I just said, look, it's not worth it. It would be good to get them on those kind of sites, but I wouldn't get anything from it. Like, they'd make their money, basically me making a video for them so that they can make money.
Yeah, and then you also don't get any royalties or even get like tagged in it, you know, where people could.
I asked that. I said, "Gee, tag?" Oh no! Like the first video that they put up now, right? They had my YouTube channel name, my Facebook, Instagram, all that on the screen. But they said they don't, like, it's up to whoever purchased it then whether they tag you in or not. So I'll say if the Lad Bible purchased it, it's up to them to tag me. So I wouldn't get any credits. I wouldn't get any recognition for it. It's just a guy making roast potatoes, and people don't know who it is. You know.
I gotta check out this roast potato video.
Yeah, I'm plugging it pretty hard, aren't I? But it has been my most successful video to date, I suppose. Like, I only have, I think it's 8 videos at the moment, but like it's going on 4,000 views, I'd say, probably by the end of this weekend. Like,
wow,
so it's doing pretty well. Not a lot of negative comments either, so that's good as well.
At this point, I don't care if they're negative, just comment.
Yeah. Like, oh yeah, you get the odd one or two, all right, that, just have to press delete, like, because, there's people just being assholes, basically.
I would be fine with that. Just more comments. I mean,
Yeah.
I could get, I just get all the porno links.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm like,
Come see my friend. No, thank you.
hot girls. And it's
Yeah.
just like, it's the same,
I actually get a thumb.
same Asian lady with airbrush nipples on every single.
Exactly.
I'm like, come on. I gotta start naming her.
Exactly.
I'm just gonna start responding to her comments.
Yeah. See if they write back.
Yeah, it's
But
ridiculous.
yeah, you get like a lot of people as well who be like sub for sub. Oh, I watched your channel, I subscribe, and yeah, they may have subscribed. You subscribe to theirs, and they're probably gone again 2 days later from your channel. So
Yeah.
I don't buy into that. Like, it's if people want to watch and people want to subscribe, I'm happy. Like, but I don't want to force somebody into subscribing to something that they don't want to watch just for a number, because.
But also, people don't. Like, they changed it, so it's not that it used to be like if you subscribe to someone, it would just they would show up all the time, and then you would be like, you would get tired of it. Like, it's not like you don't like the person, but you're like, come on, I want to see other things. So, but now they have it more like when you hit subscribe, it's more like, I like this type of content, and it doesn't mean you're actually going to see that person all the time. And there's people that I actually would like to see more of in my like recommended stuff that never come up.
Yeah, I think it's a weird one to crack the YouTube algorithm. As I say, I think it's just like people will always say this is how you crack it, this is how you do it, but I don't think there's one right way to crack the YouTube algorithm. Like, I mean, I think it's a combination of lots of things, but
I think it's lucky or you don't.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's pretty much it. Like, you either hit or you don't, and I have no idea how my video has done so well. It's been suggested. Most of my views that are coming from suggested views, and it's mainly, as I said, people that have hundreds of thousands of subscribers. My video is on the suggestions bar or the browse bar alongside of it. Like, and for me, that's pretty cool. Like, it was only my like second or third ever video, so I must be doing something right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So, I don't know. What else?
Did I mention that I have a roast potato video, actually?
Do you put anything on the roasted potatoes that's like...
No, just salt. Salt, bit of thyme.
Would you have like pink sauce or anything?
No. Actually, a lot of people say they have a red sauce. Ketchup. So,
Ketchup?
Yeah.
One thing that I thought was strange when I got like... When I was working as a flight attendant and I would go overseas all the time, is most people have mayonnaise with their potatoes.
Yeah. Like a lot of Europeans have even mayonnaise on pizza. I find that horribly.
No.
But yeah, mayonnaise all over the pizza. It's like, oh. I went to Bulgaria once and I asked for a vegetarian pizza because it sounded like it was a nice thing on it, because it had like all like grilled vegetables. None of that came on it. There was frozen peas. What else was there? There was broccoli. Olives. No, I don't like olives, and then a whole load of mayonnaise. I mean, like, they didn't even give me the option of putting it on. They put it on it for me, and I was like, "That's not a pizza."
That's disgusting.
Like bread and vegetables and mayonnaise. Like,
mayonnaise on that. Like with the red sauce and the cheese and then the mayonnaise?
Yeah. Man, so the cheese melted and the toppings, and then they just got the squirter and all the mayonnaise on it. It was vile. I didn't try it. I just sent it straight back. I should be given the option of whether I want to put on mayonnaise. Like, if mayonnaise is fine for dunking the crust in or whatever afterwards, that's okay, but not to be put on a pizza, Yeah.
Mayonnaise on pizza. I saw it once where it actually looks good, but there was no red sauce. It was on Ugly Delicious. They have a pizza episode, and it was like the dough and mayonnaise and then sushi. It was in Japan, and then they like quick like fired it in the wood burning oven.
Yeah.
And it looked really good. It crisped up, and it was like the fish wasn't cooked all the way, but it was like, a little bit
Yeah.
cooked. And it looked really good. I don't know if I would call that pizza. Like that might just be flatbread, but but it looked really good. But I wouldn't mayonnaise on top of the red sauce. That's
Yeah, it
just
was something unusual, as I said, and it's something I wouldn't try. I didn't want it. Like it just no, it just doesn't
like one.
pizza and
And then
mayonnaise.
the weirdest thing I saw too when I was traveling was in Scandinavia. They would eat their pizza with they wouldn't like cut it in slices. They would eat it with a knife and a fork, and like cut it like with a knife and a fork,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
into slices. Like they would cut it like in bites and eat it like
That,
it was
see
a
that
steak.
makes no sense to me. Like,
And I remember I went, we would stay in the airport a lot because flight attendants, and I went to the guy because he gave me my pizza and he didn't like cut it into slices. And I was like, like the American came at me. I was like, what the fuck is this? Why didn't you cut it?
exactly. Yeah.
You're like, what? And he's like,
Yeah.
where are you from? Because he was from like India or Turkey or something. Like he was not Swedish. And he's like, oh, you're American.
Yeah. Well, I suppose like pizza shouldn't be eaten with a fork and knife anyway. Pizza's just with the hands, roll it up and eat it. Like chicken wings, people eat, when I see people using a fork and knife to eat chicken wings, it's like, come on.
What is a chicken bean?
No, chicken wings.
Oh, chicken wings.
Chicken wings, yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
But
that is weird.
it's just like, no, it's finger food. You use your fingers and just, get messy. That's what it's for.
Yeah, that's why you got napkins.
Exactly.
Or servettes, as everyone else calls them.
Serviettes, yeah.
Yes.
Or those lemon scented tissue paper, the lemon wipes.
Oh, the wet wipes.
The wet wipes, yeah.
Yeah, that's you gotta go to like, I haven't seen those in a while. Maybe at like a barbecue joint you would see it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I haven't
They
seen
gave
those.
him what they used to give here is like a lemon bowl. So it was like a bowl of hot water with lemon in it. I remember years ago, one of my friends thinking it was part of the dish. So he's dipping his wings into the lemon water bowl and eating it. I didn't say none of it, courses. I just found it hilarious. Like I said, and then I told him after, I said, you do know, I said, that's to clean your hands. Oh, I didn't know, sorry. He was still eating the wings and doing it anyway, so he didn't care. He thought it was a flavoring. Yeah.
We used to that was one of the things I learned in like working in the higher end restaurants. Like before every plate would go out, you would have the acidulated water with the water and the lemon, and you would wipe the plate to get rid of all the fingerprints before you
Yeah.
bring. Yep.
Oh,
Pretty cool.
I don't know that. See, you learn something new every day.
Yeah. But that's hilarious.
Yeah.
How did you clean your hands though? Because you just got on barbecue.
Well, he was looking at me. He was looking at me saying like, because I was watching him dip his chicken wings into the bowl, and he was watching me kind of saying, why isn't he doing that? I was just kind of, and then afterwards I said it like, and he was just saying, oh, well, you could have said it to me. I said, no, I was finding it too much fun watching you dip your chicken wings into the finger bowl.
Was he Irish? Or no?
Yeah. He's one of my good friends. Like that's why I didn't say anything. If he was someone I didn't know, I would have said, "Oh, but the fact that I knew him, and we always kind of just play pranks on each other, so I just went along with it."
I think that's one of the things that Irish people are famous for. That is true.
Yeah, we do. We play a lot of practical jokes as well.
Yeah.
Why take life too serious? I suppose, not everything has to be, by the law strictly. We like to have a bit of fun and crack, as we call it here as well.
Yeah, that definitely means something different in the United States.
Exactly.
Oh, so yeah, that is cool.
Yeah.
what else we talking about? You got anything
I
else?
don't know. I suppose, I don't know. I mean,
What's one thing you want everyone to know that's listening to this?
yeah, I suppose that everybody, like the millions of viewers and subscribers are going to come from this interview. No, I
Yeah.
suppose, like, just check out the channel and,
Really,
check it out
what
if
do
you
you
like it.
my mom and my aunt and
Yeah, exactly.
for other
Oscar,
people
Oscar speech.
watching this.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
no,
here's a question. St. Patrick's Day. What are you doing?
drinking, surprisingly. No, I was going to put up a video. I was going to do like cookery live, but I looked into like what needs to be done to do a live cookery video, and again, it's a lot of work. It's not just like just putting your phone there, because you need obviously the YouTube live to stream on YouTube, but also like you need to filter the comments and da. So I said, I was going to do.
You can't, they block you from doing it if you're under 1,000, but you can get around it with this thing called StreamYard that a lot of people are using.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't live stream YouTube unless you have 1,000 subscribers, is that?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Oh.
Because I tried to do it a while ago, and I wound up doing a Facebook Live because I couldn't do a YouTube Live. And I was really annoyed.
I didn't know that. See,
I got all ready to go.
It's just as well, because if I was all ready to go now on St. Patrick's Day to do it, and then say, oh God, I can't do it now. But yeah, I suppose probably Facebook Live, so it'll be the first thing to do, and then try to get them over to YouTube.
Well, there's this application called StreamYard, which I'm probably going to use in the near future, but you can do a live video with that, and you can stream it to YouTube and Facebook at the same time.
Oh, cool.
So that's really interesting. I have to learn more about
it. Is that like a subscription, or is it free to use, or?
I think there's different tiers. So there's a free tier, there's
oh, cool.
It goes up and up and up. But there's a guy called Mr. Cast Iron that I just interviewed, and he uses it for his interviews. So he has.
I think I've watched a couple of his lives. Actually, he had a guy from Ireland on it a few weeks back. I watched that actually, but he used it for StreamYard.
Yeah, it's got like a logo, is like a duck with headphones on.
Oh, cool.
So. But it seems like it works really, really well. So I'm gonna look at that.
Yeah, let's check that out. I honestly, that's news to me that I didn't know you needed 1,000 subscribers for YouTube Live, but yeah, I'll look into StreamYard too, I suppose.
But I think it would definitely help to have someone read the comments, because I was doing a Zoom class. I tried out my first Zoom class, and I think one of the issues I had, like if I had someone with me, it would have been way better, because they could tell me when, people had questions or like.
That's it. Like, and like you can only do so much yourself. As I said, if you had that extra hand to just watch all that, it's a thing off your mind, and you can just get on to doing what you do then, like teaching the class and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. StreamYard.
Not getting paid to say that either.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna say, you affiliate link or something?
Nope. No. I mean, maybe I gotta look into that. Maybe.
Yeah.
I'll get, take it where you get it. But
yeah.
I got an affiliate link for a butcher box if anybody's interested.
Actually, I seen some guy who has a custom made chopping board. I think it's Grey Country Grilling. He has like a channel, but like his channel logo is embroidered onto a chopping board. I found that very cool. I was like, this is cool. Might be a cool thing to do, like,
Yeah. That's cool.
Get up with my own custom cooking with dog chopping boards and stuff on store.
There was a cool one. I just interviewed this guy, the couch cook. His name is
Mhm.
Shane, but his uncle is like a woodworker or something. He's Canadian, and he had just like I was watching his videos. I'm like, where did he get this cutting? Like, I wasn't sure if it was a cutting board. It was so big that it was like a whole counter, you know.
Mhm.
But they call it the live edge. It was like, you know, it was still the same shape as the
Oh,
tree.
cool.
It was really a beautiful cutting board, but it
Cool.
didn't say cooking with dock on it. But you can get all that custom stuff. Get a custom apron.
Yeah, exactly. That's on the line. Custom apron, custom hat. T-shirts. If you want to buy these T-shirts, always plugging.
Yeah, well, that's also such a big benefit of getting monetized is just having the option to sell the stuff like right there, you
Yeah,
know, because it's so hard to get people to go to your website or whatever.
exactly. I think yeah, because even when they're on, it's hard enough to get them on YouTube and get them to stay on YouTube. But then if they click out of that and go to another website, it's like, oh, people's attention will be gone.
Yeah. So, but I have to go make some cookies for the farmer's market.
Cool.
So I think I gotta start doing that now. It's about 4 o'clock here. So
Yeah,
yeah.
no worries.
What time is it?
It's 9:05 here at night now.
Man, so
Mm.
yeah. Tomorrow's pie day. So
Cool.
3/14, you can do a pie video.
Yeah.
It's also my mom's birthday, so happy birthday, Ash.
Yeah, it's my Mother's Day here tomorrow, actually.
It's your mom's birthday too?
No, Mother's Day. Mother's Day. It's basically just a day, celebrating mothers.
Wait, Mother's Day isn't the same day
No, different.
everywhere?
Strange. Yeah, it's strange that. I think it's only I think it's, I don't know, is it Ireland and the UK is celebrated tomorrow, or is it just Ireland? But it's not the
Wow.
same day as you'd have it over in the States. Like, it's different.
Yeah, it's in like May sometime over
Yeah.
here. That's crazy.
Yeah.
My mom's birthday is on Irish Mother's Day. That's
Yeah,
great.
pretty much. Yeah.
Wow. I gotta tell her that. All right. Well, happy St. Patrick's Day. Happy Mother's Day.
You too.
Make
You
sure you
too.
get your mom something for Mother's
Yeah.
Day.
And thanks for the opportunity as well for letting me come on anyway and speak. Like,
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
definitely link this roasted potato video.
yeah. And try it out. Make sure you try it out.
Go watch it right now.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Cool.
I don't know. You say you make the best roasted potatoes, and I make a pretty good roasted potato. So we might
Yeah.
have
Well,
a little
you can try. You
challenge.
can compare and contrast. You can be the
Compare.
judge. You can be the judge of this one.
All right. All right. I'll talk to you later then.
Okay, Grace. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.